Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever been asked that classic question, tell me about yourself, and just felt your mind go completely blank? Yeah, you are not alone. Today, we're going to fix that. We are going to build the perfect confident introduction in English, step by step. Let's get right into it.
Ah, yes, those four little words. It doesn't matter if you're in a job interview, your first day of class, or even just meeting new people. This question can pop up out of nowhere, and for so many of us, it brings on this sudden wave of panic.
And trust me, if you've ever felt that way, you are in good company. As the brilliant English teacher Lucy points out, this can be nerve-wracking for pretty much everyone. For English learners, it can feel, in her words, incredibly intimidating. So our goal today is simple: to get rid of that intimidation by making sure you are always prepared.
So what's the secret? What's the key to overcoming this fear? It's all about preparation, honestly. Having your self-introduction already written down and learned means you'll never be caught off guard again. By the end of this, you are going to have a complete script, one that's ready for you to use and learn by heart.
Here's how we're going to do it. Think of your introduction not as one big, scary speech, but as a series of building blocks you can just put together. We'll start with the absolute essentials, the non-negotiable core parts. And of course, the very first block is just a simple greeting.
Now, what's really interesting here is how much your situation matters. If you're walking into a job interview, you're definitely going to want to stick to the formal side with a hello or good morning. But, for a new class or maybe a hobby group, something more casual like hey or hi is absolutely perfect. The most important thing, just choose a greeting that feels natural for you to say.
All right, next up, your name. Saying I'm Lucy is super common and friendly. My name is Lucy is just a little bit more formal. But look at that last one. This is Lucy. That one's a bit different. You'd really only use this when people can't see you, like if you're on a phone call or maybe speaking to a really big room.
Okay, let's talk location. This can be super simple or a little more complex. You can start with the basic, I'm from England. Easy. But what if your story is a bit more interesting? Well, you've got some great options. I was born in France, but raised in Sweden. Gives so much more detail. And if you've moved for a job, I'm originally from Edinburgh, but now based in London, is a fantastic, really professional-sounding phrase. So we have the core pieces down. Now let's build on that foundation. We're moving into the add-ons that are pretty much essential in professional settings, like a job interview. These are the details that are really going to showcase your skills and your experience. Okay, you're going to want to pay close attention to the little words here, the prepositions, because they're so important. You work at or for a specific company. You work in a general field, like sales or marketing. And you work as a specific position, like a manager or an accountant. Getting these small words right makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound.
Now, when it comes to your qualifications, you can be very specific, just like the sentence you see here. Or you can be a bit more general. Phrases like, I'm a marketing graduate, or if you're still studying, I'm about to graduate, those are also perfect.
And here we have it. This is such a great example of how to state your experience clearly and without any fluff. I have N years of experience in your field is just a powerful, direct way to communicate your expertise. This is one of those sentences you'll want to have in your back pocket for sure.
Okay, so we've covered the professional side of things. But what if you're in a more social setting? A place where you actually want to make friends and connect with people. Let's look at the building blocks for adding that all-important personal touch.
Now, here's something that so many English learners get tripped up on. When they try to say how many people are in their family, they might translate directly from their own language and say something just like this. And while, yeah, we can probably understand what you mean, it's just not grammatically correct in English.
So here's the fix. The key is to use this phrasing instead. I'm from a family of 4, or I am one of 4 siblings. It's a really small change, but it makes you sound so much more natural. And hey, if you don't have any siblings, the correct phrase is simply, I'm an only child. Talking about your hobbies is such a great way to find something in common with someone. But instead of just saying, I like running, try one of these more expressive phrases. Saying, I'm a big fan of, or I am a keen. It just sounds so much more engaging and fluent.
And now, for maybe the most dreaded part of any introduction, the fun fact. For some reason, teachers and event organizers just love to ask for this, and thinking of something interesting on the spot is incredibly hard. So what's the solution? It's simple.
Have one prepared in advance. So what even makes a good fun fact? Look, it doesn't have to be some huge life-altering secret. It could be a strange little achievement, a weird food you dislike, a funny story about your pet, or maybe an extraordinary experience you once had. Just pick one thing that's unique to you and have it ready to go.
Okay, deep breaths. We now have all of our building blocks. The final, and I think the most important step, is to put them all together. We don't want to just list off a bunch of facts. We want to connect them into a smooth, flowing introduction.
So if we just list out all of our blocks one by one, it's going to sound something like this. Grammatically, it's all correct, there's nothing wrong with it, but it sounds kind of robotic and choppy, doesn't it? It's just a bunch of short, separate sentences. We can do so much better.
And here is the after. Just look at that transformation. All of that same information is now condensed into two really natural flowing sentences. See how we combine the name, age, degree, and location all into one elegant phrase? A 25-year-old marketing graduate from Bedfordshire. Now that is the key to sounding natural and confident. So there you have it, a clear, step-by-step method to build a really powerful self-introduction. You've got the tools, you've got the structure, and now you have a script that is polished and ready to go. So really, the only question left is, where are you going to use it first?